What's up, guys? Now, you will be surprised to see that I am on, Agarthor's account on server 168. And if you guys don't know, he is on the Battle Power Rankings list, a part of the top 10 strongest people when it comes to Naruto Online. He's a great friend of mine. He's from Argentina. And, as you can see, his account is no joke. So I will be, hiding some stuff on his account just to, respect his privacy. And you will see how powerful this account is. So on server 168, I got a recent merge as well. So he did already do the rebate for it. And then is in the lead for the ranking race, which will get him this amazing ranking king title. So as far as, the account itself, it's pretty crazy. So you do have a lot of stuff to go over and a lot of stuff to see. So this is the first time I'm actually seeing, or being an account this strong. Rank 9 battle armor, I honestly didn't know how much stats it gave, but you can see here what the full rank does. And it kind of does seem like they will plan to go even further than rank 9 battle armor, maybe in the future, because they do have a bar that goes from 0 to 300, and it also has another slot. So maybe in the future there will be some sort of extension. I don't even think China got an extension, so it will be a way later update if they decide to do that. Summon wise, alright, so, King of Hell, King of Hell as well as the Kirin, and yes, you guys did just see level 9 runes, which can sell for almost 38,000 each, and these are all level 9s on the King of Hell. Then, level 7s, 8s, 6s, all around, it's just honestly crazy to see all this stuff. So all the summons have been achieved in this game. And once you start seeing the ninjas, it starts getting even more ridiculous now. So try to keep yourself calm. Just being on this account is honestly surprising. So as you guys can see, rank 9 battle armor gives him the Tobirama. Then you have yourself a 4-star Hiruzen, 4-star Cursed Hedon. He got all the fragments when he came out. Even ASUS 300 puppets, which you see like nobody had at this point. You have yourself a Minato that I was unable to get. Got really unlucky for that one. Sasuke, Susanoo, as well as the Raikage. 4-star Hashirama, 4-star Sage Naruto. He is going for the 5-star Sage Naruto from Lucky Stars. Just look at this. Just look at this. All the 5-star ninjas. I mean, Jigokudo, Awesome Windblade, the God Choza, Sailor Sakura, Sage Jiraiya, Orochimaru. So many 5-star ninjas. It's honestly crazy. 4-star ninjas as well. Just looking at all the stuff that this account has. And you'll get a better look on here because it will list all the ninjas. So these are all the 5 stars. Then you have all the 4 stars. Like just seeing these top, even Danzo, which he doesn't exactly use, but he should start using. It's honestly just a surprise. Ningendo, Gakido. I think almost all the pains are 4-star. And then a few are 5-star. So it's just, a lot has went into this account. Minato, Tobirama. Finally gives me a chance to use the ninjas I don't have. And the ninjas you guys want to see. So, thanks to Agarthor for being a cool friend. He basically wants me to bring more videos to the community, showing off these kind of teams just so everybody can get an idea of it. And yes, he pretty much has like all the ninjas. So he is only missing Hedon, which he didn't recruit from the arena. Great Ninja War Kibo, which he wasn't around for. Great Ninja War Sakura's not out. Great Ninja War Sai he didn't get. Kakashi Boy he will get. And Great Ninja War Neji he wasn't around for either, because he is on server 168. So that did come out way later towards the Great Ninja War. But he is on the road to Susanoo Itachi. So maybe when he does decide to get Susanoo Itachi, I can definitely bring you that Susanoo Itachi gameplay. Because honestly, like this guy, Susanoo Itachi is 3,200 seal scrolls. It's almost $8,000. Like to see a Susanoo Itachi and finally see what he is capable of. I mean, we all know he's overpowered. He's immune to combos and debuffs. But like I really want to see like how overpowered is he. So thanks to Agarthor for really helping us out, and now I can bring you guys some gameplay. So I can finally see the power of the super rares for myself, as well as try out Tobirama, Minato, and I kind of do want to try out the Sorcery, even though a lot of people like look down upon him, just as a fun ninja. And he got all the Hedon frags, like 200 all 200 frags just to get himself the 3-star and 4-star, and then close to 5-star, which is going to be a good investment for the future. As far as the server goes, it's really one-sided. Like you will see on the rankings, he has way too much power over everybody else, and he is the only level 85 while everybody else is level 81. So showing you guys the teams in survival trial is not going to be the greatest way to show it off. Maybe I can ask him to do Matsuri challenge or something like that, so he can pretty much fight people around his battle power and just a lot stronger opponents. That'll be pretty much a better way. Because even Sage Row Battlefield, it's honestly still just one-sided the way everything works, and it's just honestly an insane feeling being on this account. And then I will show you guys, his just stuff right here, like the stats and then the stuff. So he has level 7 Magatamas, purifies. The Mysterious Cave came out today. He has all level 5s on his main character, and then has mostly 5s and 4s on the others. So you can see how strong this account is. It's definitely, on another level. It's definitely on another level being on here. When you realize what this account is made of and how much has went into it, it's honestly a scary feeling being on it. So the first team that I wanted to try out for you guys, it's pretty much the most common Sasuke Susanoo team you will see. And I figured, we take it into survival trial, have fun there. Who knows? For now, I only plan to do survival trials on his account. I didn't want to, invade his privacy or his time either. So he basically leaves the survival trial for me and says, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to show off on YouTube, you're free to do it. So, thanks again to Agarthor. Make sure you guys thank him in the comments below. He's a really good friend of mine. Also watches the YouTube videos. And it's honestly a next level thing just seeing this. So we're going to be doing the Sasuke Susanoo lineup. These are the talents. For survival trial, you want to do honorable special tactics. But when it comes to a regular fight, you do want to do killing intent. That way, Sasuke Susanoo's mystery will continue to reset. And then, it's just, I really can't wait to start using, the really insane lineups. Those super expensive lineups that involve King of Hell and just some really crazy teams. Plus, he has the power to basically allow him to use any sort of team that he wants. So, I'm really excited to bring you guys gameplay. And, in case he ever does decide to get an Itachi Susanoo, I told him, honestly, it's not worth it. It's really going to be your choice. I don't want to persuade you to get him. It's a lot of money. He's already 2 super rares in. He would basically need to get himself a 3rd super rare to actually get himself that Susanoo Itachi. And then he'll pretty much get either a Raikage or a Sasuke dupe, which is going to hurt. But you do need to get the fragments. So let's just bring it in with this lineup. It's I honestly don't know what to think. Just bring in Iruka, Danzo, Sasuke, as well as the Lightning main. It's honestly gonna be a pretty good experience. But the problem is, like I did say, the server is at such a disadvantage compared to him. He's just way too strong for it. So getting you guys the proper gameplay to show off the team is honestly it's gonna be something else. So let's just see how we feel for ourselves. I might as well just try and stop the Itachi barrier and let the Yamato one go off because I don't have the extra chakra. So you don't even need the Sasuke at this point. I mean, the whole team is gonna function entirely. Doing Yamato and Itachi though is so awkward. Now we get ourselves the extra chakra gain, but the Sasuke Susanoo animation, alright, that is where it's at. I'm a huge fan of the Sasuke, the Susanoo version. He is insanely strong. Plus his mystery has a 90% chance to crit. So, that crit chance is gonna be something unreal. It's really gonna be something unreal. So let's just go ahead and see how it works out. I would like to bring you guys closer fights, but at least we're able to show off the teams. And, hopefully we can do some Matsuri challenge, especially since tomorrow's Friday. Maybe I can get something going. But the lineup, just seeing a Sasuke. And, and then we basically did go talk to ASUS to make sure that, it's allowed. So you can pretty much share accounts, but do realize that if your account is stolen by the person you're sharing with, then ASUS games can't really do anything to recover it. So you should be very careful. You should be very careful with that. But it's just crazy the kind of gameplay we'll start seeing on this channel using this account. I'll still be playing my channel. It's still his account. I'm only here just to do survival trials, show you teams, and do some other stuff, and then help him whenever he needs it with like something as far as what he should do on the account or whatever it is. But it's just, I feel I'm like in such a position right now that it is just like damn, like I just don't know how to describe it. But witnessing the power and witnessing everything on this account is just wow. Like that's just honestly the only expression I can think of. Just seeing what's on this account makes me really say wow. So I honestly don't know how else to describe it. This is pretty much the most basic super rare team you can think of. It works all around because that's a good thing about Sasuke, and that's the reason why a lot of people would prefer to get Sasuke. I personally would too as well. Mostly for the reason that Sasuke is a Konoha ninja, a Katsuki, as well as a swordsman. So he's perfect to buff with a super, or not a super rare, a lightning main. He's also a lightning attribute. And on top of that, Iruka can buff him. So this team gives him swordsman buffs, Iruka buff, barrier buff, and Danzo has, amazing utility. So that's another reason why I always speak so highly of Danzo when it comes to barriers. The damage is there, the immunities are there. Just against the Windmane lineup, you still have 2 interrupts, or you have 1 interrupt because you won't have the chakra unless you manage to kill somebody. But it's there. You have yourself to interrupt round 1 for whatever you may need it. Just in case you need 2 interrupts, you're going to have to do some super high damage to actually be able to utilize it. And the question is he going to dodge the Sasuke? That is the question. These Irukas always are pretty sneaky. Oh yeah, she didn't dodge it. So, testing out the Sasuke is honestly some crazy gameplay. As far as how often I'll be doing these videos, I honestly don't know. I won't be doing videos every day on here, but I will be stockpiling survival trial footage for you guys to see. And, this way you can get more stuff out of the teams. Because like I said, it's pretty much one-sided battles regardless. But at least you see the ninjas in action. So I'll do it from time to time. As well as take any sort of suggestions. I do have Killua here to help me, utilize all these ninjas and think of some crazy ways we can test these teams and try them out. And then Matsuri Challenge is going to be the true tests. And, it sucks that you can only do 5 fights. We could always, do fights in arena, but I don't know how active the server is. I actually forgot to use round 1 abilities because I was so caught up in the team. But yeah, it's either going to be like having to do arena with the teams to properly get something, because survival trial honestly isn't going to do it enough justice. So survival trial is way too easy. And arena would be more balanced in terms of the stats. Definitely as far as how, the teams will perform against other players. And then Matsuri is a very limited thing. So I guess we won't see that too much. Now what I did finally notice is that Toby cannot dodge taijutsu attacks. Honestly, I probably knew about this in the past, but I was always so worried about Toby dodging everything. Because he will dodge everything. Then I finally just kept testing it out with the lightning main. And every time the lightning main goes to acupuncture Toby, it stops it. So hopefully I can, adjust to these changes. Because Toby has given everybody PTSD about how he was before, 2.0 changed him. So I would say back then everybody killed Toby last because he revived and he dodged mysteries. So now you can pretty much, don't be afraid to go straight at him. He won't revive. And if you're using taijutsu attacks, you will be able to just destroy it. So let us go ahead with this and just, May lineups. And, I feel bad for the sir that merged with Agarthor. Honestly, what would you do if you got merged? I mean, can you think of this? What would you do if you're just chilling, doing your own thing, playing the game? Then you realize you merged with server 168. You first log in and you realize what happens. I would be crying, honestly. I would be so sad. The account is just too damn powerful, and he keeps investing into it, so it's going to keep getting stronger. And it's just, can you imagine the potential? I can't even imagine what would it be like if I had to be on Origiri's account. I mean, I pretty much know how much went into this account. There's no reason to talk about personal matters, But imagine what Origiri had to go through to get the account that he has. And, like, you know, imagine all the stuff that are on the account. So, you know, I can't thank Agarthor enough for allowing me to use this account and pretty much, you know, lets me do whatever I want on it. So, but I'm still going to respect his privacy. You know, I'm not going to give his information out or, you know, tell you guys about how much he spent and stuff like that. But, you know, doing these teams is going to be a lot more enjoyable. Definitely, you know, a good break from me having to give you guys the same sort of lineups on my channel. It kind of gives me more breathing room. I can go ahead and stick with my teams for, you know, maybe like a longer period. And at the same time, give you guys more variety on this. Just because I'll be going through a survival trial. Or whatever, you know, whatever the case may be. Who knows what else may happen. Honestly, so far this is the first step. You know, this is the first video on his account for now. Depending on how everybody enjoys it, depending on how well it does, then we will continue doing it and, you know, taking in suggestions and trying out other things. You know, I feel bad for this, but Kurt and I, and now some of you guys will at least die together. You know, I'm sorry for your loss, but you guys have to go. So, you know, like, I would like to properly test out the team because, like, you guys can see this. Like, God, man. The team is just, first round kills most people. And, you know, it's not going to be like that all the time. Like I said, ninjas are half the fight. The power is the other half, but the power is so strong over here. So that's going to be the first time clearing survival trial on this account. I did do it yesterday as well. I was originally recording the video yesterday, but seeing as how Mysterious Cave came out today, I figured, you know, might as well just redo the video and re-record it. So Mysterious Cave, though, is a great feature. Definitely invest into it. He got pretty lucky. He got a level 5 combo stone as well. Yeah, a bunch of level 5 stones. I actually was very, very unlucky, not able to get any of those level 5 stones. So let's just, you know, and then I'll show you how, like, you know, the Lucky Star event went for him. Which this is why RNG can really hurt. So he did all 150 spins, didn't get any fragments, and that's pretty much the reason why you're either going to be lucky or you will be very unlucky like me and just not get anything. And then, you know, Agarthor shares the same fate. So it's just a really weird coincidence, man, how the RNG just plays around the way it is. And he is going for a 5-star Sage Naruto. And I think he's also going for a 4-star Gaara because he wants to get this QB. He wasn't around for it when he first came out in the Naruto birthday event. But that's all, guys. You know, you guys saw what's on the account. You guys can tell what to expect. I definitely want to give Raikage a try. Sasuke more tries. And then go for all the other ninjas like Minato, Tobirama, and Sasori. And then just, you know, mess around with standard lineups but with more power. So, this is all, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. Once again, thanks to Agarthor. Make sure you guys thank him in the comments. And I'll see you guys next time.